Welcome to the Green Line, a space where Nigeria's future is discussed, it's not just discussed, but cultivated. Now, every seed planted is more than food, its potential, its livelihood, its power. And yet, in a country with over 84 million hectares of arable land, our agricultural economy still struggles to feed itself, let alone feed the world. Today, we are stepping into a conversation that goes beyond farming. We are talking about the agri economy, the vast system that links soil to supper, farmer to market, and innovation to prosperity. We'll unpack Nigerians' place in the global value chain, explore how exports can move us from raw commodities to real wealth. And yes, we'll touch on the often controversial subject of GMOs. Are they a threat or a tool we cannot afford to ignore? The Green Line is about asking the tough questions, spotlighting solutions, and inspiring actions. Because the harvest of tomorrow depends on the choices we make today. So stay with us as we dig deep into the heart of Nigeria's agricultural economy, the challenges, the opportunities, and the possibilities that could redefine our nation's future. And to move along with you every step of the way and through every episode of The Green Line is myself, Martha Alu. Welcome and thanks for staying with us. Now, today's conversation, like I said, it's majorly about the agricultural economy. And Nigeria in itself, in the 1960s and 1970s, depended heavily on agriculture. But we have seen a decline in production of food. We have seen a decline in the export rate here in Nigeria. And so, to begin the conversation, we would have farmers spotlight their experiences within the marketplace. And for that, we'll be heading out for a vox pop and word on the street from marketers, from farmers, and people in the value chain of the agricultural sector. Look at this one and stay with us. From the soil beneath our feet to the tables across the world, agriculture is the heartbeat of Nigeria's future. Yet challenges persist. Limited finance, outdated methods, policy gaps, and untapped opportunities. The Green Line is here to change that. A groundbreaking weekly television feature that connects policy with practice, farmers with markets, and innovation with impact. We dig deep into the full agricultural value chain, from land preparation to mechanization, financing, food preservation, exports, and beyond. The Green Line isn't just a show, it's a national development platform. Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. only on Rapid TV, Star Times Channel 176, and online at www.rbnradiotv.com. It's a Green Line reporting live from Maitama Farmers Market, and as you can see, the place is busy. A lot of people trooping in and out to get their market and a fresh farm product. And we got to converse with a lot of farmers. We're talking to farmers. Let us know how they get their farm product, how they preserve it, and what the market is like here.
We sell vegetables, we sell like preserving foods, you understand? We sell water, everything we sell. Like we sell watermelon, we sell apple, all those foreign things. We get it from different states. Yeah, like watermelon, we get it from Sokoto, Zamfara, and Kano. The tomato we have hybrid. You understand? We have the one that is in greenhouse. That is all of that, like beef tomato, but the one that is in greenhouse, that is where they preserve it in greenhouse. It's high, sorry, because we brought it from Jos, Taraba, some from Lagos, some from Akwa Ibom. Like all those bell peppers, we bring it from Akwa Ibom, Plateau State, and Taraba. And whenever they bring it, we preserve it because this one doesn't like sun. Like the bell peppers, doesn't like sun. This one we get it from Jos and Taraba. We preserve this one through our places. We put it in a wire house where there is AC. Whenever there is too much of sun, it will definitely damage. It will overripe and damage. This one is from greenhouse too. It's foreign. Yeah, yeah, we are getting orders from so many places. We get order like all those ones. We get order from Lagos. We are sending all those things from Abuja here to all over the country. Like local things, we do buy it from Zuba. Yes, people within Abuja they are buying. Yes, it's a lower price. It's very good. Depends. Yeah, it's very affordable. How we get it is how we sell. We will know what to sell. You understand? Yes. And you see, for so many places, whenever this thing like this, something like this, it can last for more than 3 weeks because it's hybrid. But our local one, highest is 2 days. And what we sell here, whenever we bring something like all this chili, this green chili, our local chili, it take us 3 days, 2 days. If it spoil, we throw it away. Yeah, we prefer the one from the greenhouse because this one, we didn't have too much of loss. But the one that is in land, highest 2 days, 3 days, it don't rot. And we have some tomato that can last for like more than 1 month. It doesn't spoil, even though you keep it outside without carrying it either to the warehouse or anywhere. If you put it, it can last for like 1 month and above. Yeah, we see them. We normally see them whenever we go to the market. We see them and we buy. Yeah, we buy. Yeah, sometimes it comes in a high price and sometimes it come in a lower price. You know all those things you are seeing there. These things you are seeing, the price, the market is going up and coming down. You understand? The strategy, the market strategy we have is like when we see this one, when we see it like this, we'll buy it plenty because we calculate maybe whenever this thing is affordable, is everywhere, the price will come down automatically. Let's say this one, we buy the kg from the farm, we buy it 7,000 per kg of this one. So whenever we buy it 7,000, okay, let's say we buy this for 7,000. Okay, how are we going to do it so that people will buy it in an affordable way? We package it. This one, let's say we buy the kg of this one 7,000. We will look for green, the grain of this. Maybe it will be around 2,000 naira. So when we join it together, we carry the green and red with this yellow. We will carry this yellow of 7,000 and that green of 2,000. So you see, whenever we package it, like three color we have, if we package it, we can sell it 3,025 for the consumers.
From the soil beneath our feet to the tables across the world, agriculture is the heartbeat of Nigeria's future. Yet challenges persist: limited finance, outdated methods, policy gaps, and untapped opportunities. The Green Line is here to change that. A groundbreaking weekly television feature that connects policy with practice, farmers with markets, and innovation with impact. We dig deep into the full agricultural value chain, from land preparation to mechanization, financing, food preservation, exports, and beyond. The Green Line isn't just a show, it's a national development platform. Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. only on Rapid TV, Star Times Channel 176, and online at www.rbnradiotv.com. It's beautiful to know how thriving the agricultural market still is. It still carries a lot of potentials. And you can hear from the people and the word on the street and the people right in the marketplace what agricultural practices or what they do and how the economic system affects them. But to have today's conversation, we have an expert who will be joining us on the show to dissect this conversation basically on the general agric economy, exports, and the value chain. We have Mr. Adetiloye Continental. He is the CEO, Produce Export Development. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Hi, hello, Martha. Good afternoon to you today.
Well,
Aditya here. It's always
yes.
a pleasure to be here. Thank
Always a
you.
pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. So, yes, we're dissecting matters on agriculture, the economy, the value chain, and everything basically agriculture. But says, let's do the basics first of all. When we talk about agriculture, what are we referring to?
Well, agriculture is beyond farming, first
Mhm.
of all. Agriculture now contributes about 25% of Nigeria's GDP as at 2024. And, when it was up from about 20% in the 20s, in the
Okay.
2000s rather.
Okay.
And over the last decade, you can see that agriculture has played a significant role in bolstering up GDP growth in Nigeria.
Hmm.
It remains a sector that sustains most Nigerians' livelihood. About more than 60% of Nigerians' population actually rely on agriculture for employment. And sadly, even though that is declining now, we're starting to see some of that progress in terms of productivity. And generally, agriculture is very diverse. Most people always just refer to agriculture as farming, but it goes beyond farming. Agriculture is the business of being able to sustainably deploy, produce, distribute, process, add value, and obviously trade. Food and food related and agricultural related products. Across locally, regionally, and internationally.
All right. Thank you so much for that very detailed explanation on what agriculture is. Now, let's move on to the conversation. The very first question is Nigeria is often described as, a nation with vast agricultural potential. And you can tell based on the agricultural activities that we have had in Nigeria over the years. And like you said, agriculture used to contribute to, a larger sum of the GDP, of the growth of the GDP here in Nigeria as a nation. Now, but we have experienced a decline and an underwhelming performance, especially in the agricultural sector. Now, in your view, what are the biggest bottlenecks holding back our agri economy?
All right, thank you very much for that question. It's a very important question, and this is really an ongoing discussion everywhere across the country when it
Okay.
comes to agriculture.
Sounds good.
I actually maintain that we do not have a food production problem; we have a food supply chain and distribution problem
All
in
right.
Nigeria. Check, we are the largest producers of cassava in the world. We have 22% and 21% market share of the global cassava production. We're the largest producer of yam in the world. We are also one of the largest producers of peas. Well, we really produce a lot of crops, and we top on in production, at least top 10 in production when it comes to certain agricultural products. So you can obviously see that we do not have a production problem. However, what we have seen in terms of in what we have seen is that we um, um, so sorry about that.
Yes.
What we've seen is that people cannot actually afford basic food items, and
Okay.
that this shows the fragmented nature of the agricultural industry in the sense that you have pockets of farmers or pockets of producers doing their own bit in its very small scale in very fragmented locations, and consolidating that distribution and logistics, it can be very very painful, ensuring that we're losing more over 30% of the products that we grow in Nigeria. That obviously feeds back to the cost of actually getting being very food secure. At the same time too, you see that the distribution network is really poor, and there's a lot of things to be done in that. When you look at the agricultural landscape, I think the most important problems that needs to be fixed are the distribution and logistics bottleneck, as well as the post-harvest operations. That's what happens after harvest, ensuring that we do not lose all the beautiful, wonderful products that we actually produce in this country
All right. Thank
and
you very much.
we get to consumers. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Now, beyond subsistence farming, which is what most Nigerians practice, or at least people who are just getting into the agricultural sector now having basic knowledge about it. Beyond subsistence farming, how can agriculture truly become an engine for job creation here in Nigeria and for national wealth?
Yeah, I mean, it's very that's a very interesting question,
Mhm.
because if you look at Nigeria's capacity, you see that agriculture can still do much more in terms of
Certainly.
contributing to
Certainly.
job growth. Yes, I mean, you still realize that we're still in the primary production side of agriculture, meaning that
Mhm.
majority of the people that work in the industry are some form of either farm labor, or the handling or working with fresh, raw, natural ingredients. We've not really started to scale into the more advanced value addition parts of agriculture, and this is where the juice lies for Nigeria, where we can become the major manufacturing hub, the major food manufacturing hub for West Africa. Because we have that capacity, we have the human potential, we have that large land size, we have the technology and and the intellectual capacity to actually get that done. And this is where the real growth for agriculture and how it can contribute to to the growth of new jobs, and then the growth of the Nigerian economy, right? In by ensuring that we can create more entities, more businesses that are in the food processing space, that are in the food distribution space, that are also in the downstream sector in terms of retail, like more efficient retail,
Okay.
and then also logistics.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, we have heard many times agricultural value chain. And remember, our target for the Green Line is basically to reach everyone at the level where they are. So everyone
Yeah.
basically understands the terminologies and what the agricultural sector is about. So let me ask you, when we say agricultural value chain, what do we mean?
Well, when you say agricultural value chain, it just really ex- simplifies or tries to describe the process or the
Okay.
different levels by which your corn becomes your cornflakes on your table. And
Okay.
so this is literally the entire process of farm to fork. It really describes input distribution or input production. That is, uh, I think very at the beginning of that is the input production, where people that are you know making fertilizers, that are creating seedlings and seeds, are really literally play in.
Okay.
Then we get to the what we describe as the largest base, which is the grower base, the smallholder farmer base,
Okay.
that are actually putting in that work, that are putting in that sweet equity to actually convert this raw material, which is seeds, into finished product on their
Okay.
farm, in terms
Mhm.
of the fresh, all the natural, all the dried, all the raw food products that it is. And then moving up on that chain, then we have people that are involved in some form of aggregation, first
Okay.
level aggregations, that actually buys from these farmers in a because the way that the Nigerian agricultural system works is that it's really comprised of smallholder farmers between one hectare to 1.5 hectare, actually doing their stuff in very different pockets. And then that's why there's a need for an aggregator to actually work with most of these farmers to consolidate in a way that it can be successfully trans- translated into commodities in transit to wherever the destination looks like. And so we have the aggregators there. Then we have also have the logistics service providers, people that actually convey this product. They're the truckers, they're the van people. We also have storage players, people that play in storage, that kind of hold, especially shelf stable agricultural products in a way that they are available all year round. And then we have the processors, people that actually convert your cassava to gari, people that convert the maize to feed, people that convert all a bunch of different things, raw
Yeah.
honey into
Yeah.
finished honey. And then we have the retail, or the last mile touch points, people that actually get to retail this for you. And then if you want to also expand this, you will also see people like the food caterers, the food service companies that actually cater for this food, that actually makes them in our weekend economy, and then all of those different other players. That's this entire channel that I've described is the chain, and that's why the entire industry is as strong as its weakest link, and you can really identify a lot of weak links, and that's why the entire sector is not as productive
Mm.
as it ought, because one player is actually missing
Lagging.
it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Adetiloye. We definitely enjoyed every bit of the conversation we had with you here today. And we're hoping to see more of you on the show, anyways.
Absolutely matters. I mean, it's always is again, like I said, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very
Totally.
much, and looking forward to actually contributing to this discussions.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We wrap it up here with Mr. Adetiloye. He is the CEO, Produce Export Development Alliance. And of course, they are doing a lot as regards ensuring that Nigerian products get out of Nigeria. Not kicking them out entirely, but ensuring that we have a space in the international market. You heard everything that he has said, from the conversation. We have a lot of potential when it comes to growing this agricultural produce. So we need to maximize our voice. And that is why Greenlight is here. We need to amplify our voices. We need to educate the people to know what they can and cannot do, what they should do, especially when it comes to agricultural growth and development. Might I say that I had a great time interviewing Mr. Adetiloye, but we'll be heading out now. And when we get back, we will progress with the conversation. Keep it locked in. From the soil beneath our feet to the tables across the world, agriculture is the heartbeat of Nigeria's future. Yet challenges persist: limited finance, outdated methods, policy gaps, and untapped opportunities. The Green Line is here to change that. A groundbreaking weekly television feature that connects policy with practice, farmers with markets, and innovation with impact. We dig deep into the full agricultural value chain, from land preparation to mechanization, financing, food preservation, exports, and beyond. The Green Line isn't just a show, it's a national development platform. Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. only on Rapid TV, Star Times Channel 176, and online at www.rbnradiotv.com. All right, welcome back and thanks for staying with us. It's still Green Line right here on Rapid TV. And of course, we have been having conversations around agriculture, economy, the value chain, and everything that we can do to ensure that we put our name on the maps, especially when it comes to agriculture. Now, myself and my guest did talk briefly about the greenhouse farming. And you saw from all his explanation that the greenhouse farming has come to stay. And just because we can control the soil, we can control the temperature, it means we can control the quality of our harvest. This is definitely a welcome development. Let's take you through what the greenhouse farming is like.
Greenhouse farming. When we think of farming in Nigeria, many of us picture vast open fields under the hot sun, where crops depend almost entirely on the mercy of weather. But agriculture is evolving, and one of the most exciting innovations reshaping food production is greenhouse farming. So, what exactly is greenhouse farming? A greenhouse is a specially designed structure, often covered with transparent materials like glass or polythene, that creates a controlled environment for crops. Think of it as a protective home for plants. Inside this space, temperature, humidity, light, and water can all be managed to suit specific needs of different crops. And here's how it works. Instead of relying on unpredictable rainy season, farmers use drip irrigation systems to deliver just the right amount of water directly to plant roots. The greenhouse covering allows sunlight to enter while protecting crops from pests, heavy rainfall, and extreme heat. With regulated temperatures, crops grow faster, healthier, and with significantly higher yields compared to traditional open field farming. The results are impressive. Vegetables like tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers can be harvested all year round without the usual seasonal shortages or market gluts. Greenhouse farming also reduces the heavy use of pesticides, making crops healthier and safer for consumption. Beyond the farm, greenhouse technology has the potential to transform Nigeria's food system. It can reduce our reliance on imports, boost local agri-business profitability, and create jobs across the value chain, from young agro entrepreneurs to skilled technicians. Greenhouse farming shows us that agriculture is not just about tradition, it is about innovation, efficiency, and sustainability.
Beautiful initiative, beautiful development. You see, agriculture is taking a different turn. Usually in Nigeria, when we talk about agriculture, we used to have, a little bit of resistance because it looks like something that is such a hard work, something that is being relegated to people of the lower class of society. But today, both the higher, the lower, and the middle class of society are all engaging in agricultural activities. And that brings us to the end of this very engaging first episode of The Green Line. Thank you for joining us on this journey. My name is Martha Alu, and this has been The Green Line, where agriculture meets innovation and where Nigeria's future takes root. See you next week. From the soil beneath our feet to the tables across the world, agriculture is the heartbeat of Nigeria's future. Yet challenges persist: limited finance, outdated methods, policy gaps, and untapped opportunities. The Green Line is here to change that. A groundbreaking weekly television feature that connects policy with practice, farmers with markets, and innovation with impact. We dig deep into the full agricultural value chain, from land preparation to mechanization, financing, food preservation, exports, and beyond. The Green Line isn't just a show, it's a national development platform. Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. only on Rapid TV, Star Times Channel 176, and online at www.rbnradiotv.com.